Hi, my name is Deanna Jasper, and this is my persuasive speech. I was scared, and I mean really scared. It was the first time I was giving blood for any reason, and I'd heard all the horror stories. Stories about nurses who punctured and poked their patients but still were unable to find veins. That was terrifying to me. But thankfully, I was blessed with a good nurse who was able to find the vein that he needed on the very first try. It really helped to open and persuade me to change my mind about blood donations, in fact. I hope, though, that today I can persuade and change your mind about blood donations just as my mind has been changed. Let's get into this speech, though, because there's a lot of important facts I think you should know about donating blood. And after all, every second counts when it comes to donating blood. Giving blood is a great way to save someone's life. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a really accident-prone person. I've done everything from slam fingers and hands into doors to even slaying my forehead open. But thankfully, I've never been in an accident that seriously required anything like blood transfusion. But if that was ever the case, I would hope that blood transfusion would be there when I needed it. Just like I'm sure many of us would wish the same thing. In fact, if we go online, I'm sure we could find hundreds of stories of blood transfusion stories that people never knew they needed blood until they really, really needed it. One of these stories is a story on the Red Cross website. It's a story of Nicole. Nicole talks about how her son needed blood transfusion and exactly how important it was to have that blood there when she needed it. I'd like to read you Nicole's story now. My son Chase was diagnosed on 9/18/2013 with stage 3 anaplastic ependymoma brain cancer. He survived an 8-hour surgery to remove the tumor that next day. During the surgery, he needed a blood transfusion, and because of wonderful people who donate, they had his blood on hand. Through Nicole's story, we can see exactly how important it is to have blood donations on time, in the right place, and in plenty of supply. That's why I believe you should donate blood. That's why I believe I should donate blood as well. But this isn't the only reason. Another wonderful thing about giving blood is that it's really simple to accomplish as well. Whether it's a block party or a clothing donation drive, you can find a mobile blood bank anywhere. And that's because giving blood is a really simple thing to do. In fact, New York Blood Center gives us a list of steps on how to donate blood. And I really think it's important for you to read and understand them as well. So I'm going to read you the list right now. Step 1 is registration. First, you will fill out a donor registration form with your name, date of birth, and contact information. You will answer a series of questions regarding disease history, medication usage, and recent travel. You must also show us your photo or signature ID or your NYBC donor ID card. Step 2 is health history. Next, one of our technicians will check your blood pressure, pulse, and temperature. A drop of blood from your finger will be analyzed to measure the hemorrhagic level. If you meet all the donor requirements, you move on to a donor bed. Step 3, donation. Lastly, one of our skilled, specially trained technicians will draw your blood or other component. It takes 10 to 12 minutes for a whole blood donation. Plan to spend about an hour donating blood. Plasma, platelet, and automated red cell procedures will take a little longer. You will give a little less than 1 pint of whole blood in a standard donation. An average adult has between 8 to 12 pints of blood and can easily spare one. In fact, your body replaces blood volume or plasma within 24 hours and red cells within 4 to 8 weeks. Step 4 is refreshments. Following your donation, you can relax and have a drink and snack in our refreshment area. We advise you to remain there for 10 to 15 minutes before leaving to resume normal activities. We don't recommend lifting, pushing heavy objects, or engaging in strenuous exercise for 4 to 5 hours after your donation. See? So simple. They put in 4 steps even. Not only that, but you get a pass from helping your buddy move for 4 to 5 hours. Wow, what a steal. What a reason to donate blood. If that doesn't convince you, wait, I've got another very important reason still. And that is that donating blood can be a constant thing that you should do as well. Donating blood should be a constant thing because, unfortunately, blood does not last forever. And accidents, illness, and health problems occur daily. Unfortunately, there will always be a constant need for blood as well for for these reasons. But thankfully, WFT gives us exactly some statistics on why blood is so constantly needed in this statistic. From their 9 reasons for donating blood, they give us these statistics on why we should be donating blood constantly. Here's the quote. Someone needs blood every 3 seconds in this country. An average of 40,000 units are needed every day in the U.S. There's no substitute for human blood. 2.60% of the population will need blood at some time in their lives. Yet less than 5% of the population donates. That's right, your blood is needed constantly to help replenish the constantly dwindling supply of blood needed. What important shelf you can help restock? I never knew that blood was so constantly needed or so vitally important. I also never knew that it was so simple to donate or so important to helping someone keep their loved one in their life. It's really opened my eyes through all of these facts, statistics, and steps on how important, how easy, and how vitally important it is to constantly keep going a blood donation. I hope that through all of this, you see exactly why you, me, and everyone around us should be donating blood. Because it could save our lives, someone we love's lives, or someone we know who knows someone's lives. Blood donation saves lives. It's something that's simple, and it's something that's constantly needed. Those are 3 things that I know for sure about blood donations. I also know this. I never realized before exactly how important it was to go through a little bit of discomfort and a little bit of uneasiness to get a needle put in my arm, as long as it saved someone's life. I hope you realize this too, and I hope it impacts your life more, like it's impacted my life. This is the end of my speech, and I hope I've persuaded you to donate blood.